Do you think that Ukraine should do what they want to do with their land? If they want to have UN peacekeepers in there, or EU peacekeepers, or British peacekeepers in their land, they should be allowed to have it.
Yeah,
If the people of Ukraine say that they want that, they
that's
say
a
what goes.
guarantee of safety for them.
Yeah, don't you think that they should be entitled then, as a democracy country, has been since the end of the Second World War, wasn't it? Well, a little bit after the Second World War, wasn't it?
Their country, yeah, that was, I believe. I think.
Then if they truly were a democracy, they would have been able to say what they wanted to say and what goes in their nation.
Yeah.
I think so. Don't you think?
Yeah.
And then if there's everyone's talking about let's make a deal, let's make a deal, let's make a deal. There's no deal to be had, really, is there? Because if one side is saying we want this, we don't want that, we don't want this, how can you say that? It's their nation. Then that means that it's not a democracy then, doesn't it? It means that they don't have freedom of choice. Have they even ever been liberated in that sense? If they're not allowed to make their own choices.
Well, I'm not sure about that. They were recognized by the West as a free country.
So a free country means that they
by
can...
the world. I think that Russia wants to, or keeps them in their sphere of influence, as they call it.
Well, then that would mean that they were never truly liberated then.
Yeah, they are.
Then that means they were never truly...
Have you seen the map? Do people, you know, how monstrous is Russia next to them? That must be overwhelming, you know. And if they want them, that's horrible, because they are so big. They are like, I don't know how many times, so many times bigger.
No, I thought freedom meant that you can build what you want, do what you want in your nation.
Yeah, it does.
As a collective people.
Yeah. But it's your nation.
Your nation to pick and choose what you want. Where you vote in-house. If you're going to do this, you do it. Not with the... Yeah, but... Because then it's not truly free, because you are then controlled. And the deal should be what Ukraine say. What Ukraine want. So, I find it very interesting. This is like it's like freedom, but with a leash.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what it feels like to me in that, but...
You are free to do this, but not that and that.
Yeah.
Only something you are free to do.
Which is kind of weird. It's a bit here, isn't it? Here, you can have this house, but you can't have these people in it. You're not allowed to do this in it. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, it is like that, ain't it?
And Europe with its industrial...
It would be really weird, because it would be like buying a piece of land and being told what you can and can't do on it. Then that would be communism then, yes? No, dictatorship.
If you cannot do what on your own land, what you wanted.
So if you bought a piece of land here, do you then have the freedom to do what you want on that land?
No, you need so many permissions, and if they don't give them, then...
So then that's not freedom then, is it?
No, it's not.
So I wonder, I can see why so many people are for and against this, and why so many people... Because it's no different, is it? If you buy a piece of land here and then you're told you can't do this, you're not allowed to do that, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Yeah.
That's exactly the same as what's going on in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Or you rent a house, but do you have the freedom to do what you like in it? Well, within reason, because there is international law, isn't there?
Yeah.
As long as you're abiding to international law, blah, 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 this.
it's not your house in completely, so you do not rebuild it, but you should be able to decorate it reasonably. You should
So
be
if you buy a
able
house, then should you be allowed to do what you want with it?
Yeah.
So as much as I am all for them being allowed to do what they want, no, this has got a decision to do with me, but from a democracy standpoint, I've noticed that there are different layers to democracy and freedom. So, I don't know. Here, I think that if you've got a piece of land here, you are really controlled by the council. What you can and can't do. If you rent a house, you're controlled by your housing association. If you buy a house, you got a bit more freedom, bit more leeway, but you are also then controlled by perhaps the council. I doubt it. It's not as much, but so I don't know. You know, as soon as I go to see a video like this where it's all for the support and everything else, and then it's kind of like, I start looking into your own life and other people's lives and their difficulties. Are you truly free? And then, does this mean then that we have to really look in ourselves as well and in our own nations and look at where that line of freedom really is, and whether it's just an illusion?
Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know, but.
Yeah.